Hi, good morning, everyone. Just a correction, we're not here to cause disorder, not disruptive disorders. We're disruptive doctors. I'm Dr. Selina. I'm the founder and CEO of Disruptive Doctors. Firstly, actually, I want to thank Dr. Jerry and Hospital Serdang for inviting us here today to share a little bit about my story and what you guys can do beyond, above and beyond. Just a show of hands, are you guys households here? Every single one of you? Okay. How many of you here heard of disruptive doctors? Many footprints? Okay. All right. So I would presume none of you are obviously members or part of our community. So I hope at the end of this talk that I'm going to give, those of you who feel that you found a kindred spirit, those of you who found a community that you vibe with, I hope you join and become part of our community. So just a brief introduction since nobody has heard of us. Okay, so Disruptive Doctors, actually we started off as medical print. What started was a platform to help doctors find other careers within healthcare. It was to help doctors like myself, doctors that we co-founded, to find another purpose. But, every 20 years or so, a great innovation, a great invention will shape up the world, right? The last this happened was with the likes of Google, Amazon, Facebook. Up to then, we've not seen anything as massive. Up until recently, this end of last year, but mostly in 2023, it was a landmark year of technological advancement. Can you guys guess what it is? Yes, correct. Generative AI. Has anyone here heard of generative AI? ChatGPT. Are you guys users of it? Right. So, ChatGPT has came and it has shook the world. It has a ripple effect over all the industries, and healthcare is not exempted from it. Do you know that ChatGPT has passed the USMLE? USMLE, the board exam for medical doctors. So where does that leave us humans, right? So as the world changes and shifts, we decided that we need to shift along with it instead of fighting it. That's why we decided to open up the scope, not just looking at doctors and careers. That's just too small. We dropped the brand and we called ourselves Disruptive Doctors. Not because we're here to cause disruptive disorders, but really about pioneering change. The Disruptive Doctors is actually a platform that builds up, cultivates agility, innovativeness, and tech savviness in doctors across the globe so that they are better able to evolve, adapt to the evolving landscape of healthcare and hopefully disrupt it. So agility means you're able to take all the skills you gain with you, transition across every single sector in healthcare. Innovativeness is not about inventing something brand new, but really just working on what is already there, questioning status quo, things that don't work, question it, make it better. And tech savviness, I think a lot of doctors we shy away from tech because it's scary. I mean, it's scary for me at the beginning as well. But tech is definitely the way to go. So this is who we are. You can scan the QR code and check out our website. So I thought maybe a short disclaimer because I'm talking about careers outside medicine. I have utmost respect for all our colleagues who are still in clinical, those that manage to continue their path to become specialists, become consultant. I have utmost respect for them because it's a journey that I cannot continue. So just a disclaimer, okay? Because I don't want to get my friend in trouble here. So I'm not here to tell you to leave medicine. I'm not here to tell you to quit housemanship. So I want to tell you that a lot of us here, myself included, at one point of time, I felt that there's not much opportunity for doctors out there other than the four walls of the hospital, the four walls of the clinic. Why? Because all of us here are trained in sick care, not healthcare. If you step out of sick care and you look at healthcare, there's an abundance of opportunity out there. So today, I'm asked to give you a talk. It's called, I think, Career Pathways, the road less traveled. But I'm not going to sit here and give you a lecture on all the list of careers that you can get into, because I think those kind of things you can actually read and find off our blogs on our website. There's so many articles on all the different careers about lessons I learned leaving medicine. Okay, so before I get into that, I think maybe just a little bit about me. I wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember. That was my only dream, was to be a doctor, because here were my heroes, right? I know Josh Trolley is such a heartthrob, and I wanted to meet more people like him, right? So a lot of what I thought healthcare was shaped by these guys, Hollywood. I thought Hollywood was the whole of healthcare. So I went to Indonesia. Medical school was just so fun for me, right? I got to see all the classic cases that you only find in textbooks. I've seen rabies, both kinds, furious down rabies. I've seen filariasis. All these are pictures I took by myself. The last one here on the left, there's actually a 6-year-old boy. He's like the height of my knees. Primary dwarfism. My whole career, 13 years or so, this is the first time I ever seen one. So how I caught this case was quite interesting. I was in cardio clinic. Clinic just ended. It was lunchtime. I was just about to step out of the clinic room, and then something dashed across. 2 things came to mind. I was like, is there a monkey in the clinic? And the second question was, is the monkey wearing clothes? So I ran up to the stage. I was like, where is it? And I found, I was really shocked. I was like, wow, this guy is just 2 feet tall and he's 6 years old. So that really sparked a lot of enthusiasm in me to become a doctor. It's like, yes, I love seeing all these kind of cases. So when I finally graduated, 2011, I was, finally a real doctor, main character moment. So 2011, I did my housemanship in Serdang. 2014, I did my district posting in Serdang. At that time, it was not even on Google Maps, but thank God it is now. So I went into ICU and anesthesiology, and I actually was very inspired by a consultant, an intensivist I worked with, and I watched her bring the dead back to life, and I thought that's the path I wanted to go. There was a point I was stagnant, wasn't really growing. I felt like I was second-class citizen because I was not in a master's program, right? But when I switched to a different hospital and I met this intensivist, I was so inspired again because she showed me what true medicine was, the art of medicine. It was amazing, right? So I thought I was going to go down that path to become an intensivist. But in 2016, I had a slip disc. And when I had a slip disc, I asked my department at time for an IDT. I just needed some rest because there's no way I can run and do CTR, carry lifting patients in ICU and all of that. So instead of really granting me that light duty I asked, this was what he said to me. He said, I didn't have a future here, and I should leave. I just thought, wow, I'm quite a senior adult. I've been in the system for 8 years. You could easily ask me to leave. I was very disappointed with the medical fraternity because I gave my life, this sweat and tears into this, only to have it turn its back on me. So what did I do? I left. Now, there's clearly something very wrong with the story, obviously. 2 things wrong. One, obviously, there's no real support in KKM to give injured doctors space to recover. Secondly, I was playing the victim. So my lesson number 1 here for all of you is, don't play the victim. Why I played the victim? Because it was much easier. It's much easier for me to blame someone else for my circumstances, right? I couldn't be as intensive as because my HOD didn't support me. But the truth was, there was a lot of things I could have done. I could move to another hospital. I could continue abroad, elsewhere, anywhere, right? But I didn't. It was scary for me to admit that. Maybe this thing that I wanted all my life, all this 10 years that I've spent honing this craft called medicine, maybe that's not what I wanted. Maybe it's not suitable for me. I felt a lot of dissatisfaction of patient outcome. It didn't make me feel like I was creating an impact. Because I was trained to take care like all of you. So I felt like I wasn't doing anything more. But you know what? Now, if I could go back and speak to my younger self, and I think I'll tell her that it's okay. Life is dynamic, just like diseases is dynamic, right? Maybe now that's the most important thing for you, becoming a specialist, becoming that hero. And as time change, circumstances change, your knowledge change, a lot of things will change, and you'll decide that maybe, this is not for me. There's something bigger out of it, and it's okay, right? So when I left clinical medicine, I went to the Institute of Medical Research. There, I tell you, I knew what I was doing. Everyone was telling me that research is not for everyone. There are days I go to work, and the only person I talked to was the top one lady across the street. It's my only conversation, because every day I come into the office, what I see is people on their headphones, a huge sign that says, please keep quiet. And if you talk too loud in the office, someone will text you, please keep quiet. We'll try to work here. So it just killed me, like really it took me being in the wrong place. I became NS initially because I thought I don't like talking to people. So just put them to sleep, right? They talk. But then I realized that, not talking actually kills me inside every single day. So when I was there, there was a research program where we had to go to the hospital to recruit patients to join the studies. And I always volunteered because I didn't need to get out there. I needed to talk to somebody, right? So when I followed this research assistant to the hospital, we tried to convince these patients to join the research, and their success rate is only 20%. But every time I go there and I talk to the patient and I try to get them into the research study, my success rate was 100%. So that's when I realized that's my strength, that I was good at talking, convincing, like how I'm convincing you, all of you, to join Disruptive Doctors to meet. Right? So lesson number 2 is know thyself. You need to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. So while I was there, I actually had no idea what I was doing. Day in, day out, I drive through traffic. It gives me a lot of anxiety because I struggle with punching in at 9 o'clock sharp, right? So even if you're 2 minutes late, right, in all this institute, they will make you write an explanation letter. So there'll be an admin lady, almost every day, she'll come to my table. Dr. Selina, you're 2 minutes late again, huh? Please write explanation letter every morning, right? So that gives me a lot of anxiety. I realized that that's not something I can do. So I thought I hated this, and he quit. And I told my friend, I'm going to quit. And he told me this. He asked me, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know, anything but here. So I had that mindset of anything but here. I hate this, I just want to get out. And he said this to me, if you're quitting because you are coming with this mindset of anything but here, you're always going to be running. You run away from this, you're going to be always running. And obviously it was very easy to convince me not to quit. So I stayed on. But while I was there, I actually met my co-founder, Dr. Vivek. We started this little platform. Was this to help doctors like me, like you, find other careers? And it gave me a lot of joy. I started to feel inspired again. Like when I was in medical school, I was very inspired. I was happy. I was excited doing it. And then this time, I decided after we ran it for a year, I thought, okay, this is it. I'm quitting because I want to build this up. So my friend again tried to dissuade me. He was saying, are you sure you're quitting? This is in the peak of the pandemic. Everyone is losing their house, their jobs, no income, and you're giving up security. You're giving up your paycheck to build this thing, and you don't even know what it is or how big it'll grow. But I thought, no, I feel it in me. I feel that excitement of building all of this. So, and that was my why. My why was I enjoy helping someone else. It doesn't have to be in the constraints of hospital. Let your imagination go wild. You will see that there's a lot of ways you can help someone. So I decided, okay, I'm going to quit. And I laughed. So now this is a quote I came across a long, long time ago. Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll use 4 of it to sharpen my axe. Anyone here can tell me what you mean? Nobody? Okay, so we're all in the same boat. I had no idea what this quote means. I was just, okay, it must be something big because he said it. So let me give you an example so that you can understand what it really means to sharpen your axe. Okay, I want you to just bear me for a while. Just imagine this. God forbid this ever happens to any of you. But if you had a family member got into an accident, had a traumatic brain injury, huge EDH, needs an operation, needs a cranectomy done. If a houseman, they want a wife comes to you and say, I can do this surgery for you because I am a medical graduate. I have a degree, a medical degree. Would you say okay? No. I can see, no, not sure. If a LO, first year contract, says, I can do the surgery because I completed housemanship, are you going to say okay? A registrar in surgical? Maybe. A neurosurgeon? Yes? Okay, why? Why? Experience, correct. His skills, his experience, well knowledge. His axe is bloody sharp, right? So that's what it means to sharpen your axe. All that skill, build up all that skill, all that knowledge, all that wealth of knowledge. You see, your medical degree, your ABC, is not a be-all, end-all. If you think you can do a lot of these with your medical, okay, let me rephrase that. Your medical degree is just an axe. It's blunt as hell. It's not going to chop anything down. Okay, so what you need to do is to gain all that skill, that knowledge. It doesn't matter whether you're deciding to do clinical medicine or you're choosing to lead medicine, but you should you should spend all that time sharpening your axe. There's 4 years you have. 2 years housemanship, 2 years of compulsory service, right? Is it still 2 years? 3 years compulsory service? 2. Okay, so that's 4 years. Spend all that 4 years. You're not going anywhere. You're going to have to do 4 years. Spend that 4 years sharpening your axe. How do you do that? Simply do more. I know you feel like, I really, no time to sleep and all that. You're asking me to do more. So when I was in IMR and I decided that I was going to build this platform for doctors, I was going to build a business, I spent a lot of money investing in me, my knowledge, my skills. I spent tens and thousands of dollars on books, courses, workshops, networking, everything to just build up my skill. What business was I going to start? I don't know. I just knew it was something to do with this. But what was it, right? I didn't know. But I was just sharpening the axe, waiting for the right time to chop a tree down. So that's what you guys can do. Right now, you have this 4 years. Some of you may make it, become a surgeon, become, a specialist. But there are some of you that might not make it. See, I thought I was going to be a specialist, and ta-da, plot twist, I fell on the horse. So don't just do the bare minimum. Right now, you guys, if you're just going through housemanship training and completing to get your ABC, you all will come out as factory setting doctors. You know what factory setting is, right? A standard setting. You are no different from the person sitting next to you. If I was an employer, I wouldn't know who to choose. I'll just choose the one that is cheapest, right? Because if you go and buy a phone, there's no brand. You'll find the cheapest one if it's exactly the same. So all of you here, after 4 years, if you don't do anything more, you're all just factory setting, nothing more. And you know what? Now with the contract system, there's a lot of you that's going to come out, flood the market. Competition is rife because there's the senior MOs that are coming out. So how do you stand out from everybody else? So you need to invest in yourself, books, courses, workshop. So at Disruptive Doctors, we have an academy. We look at all the things that we saw a gap in the system, leadership in healthcare. We have all these other master classes of getting into non-clinical path. So do check it out. It's on our website. Now, lesson number 4. I hope I'm not boring you guys. I can see some of you probably post-call. So lesson number 4 is to change your lens. I know things are very tough. This is one thing I use to get me through housemanship. When I was in housemanship, housemanship has never been more tough now or less tough as last time. Before my time, it was tough. My time was tough. Your time is tough. It's just the same kind of toughness. Just that there was no barrier of entry getting to medical school now. So everyone gets in there, and then in housemanship is where the filter comes in. So there is one thing that I used to do to help me get through housemanship. I carry this lens with me, and this lens says that my intention here is just to gain experience, period. Good experience, bad experience is irrelevant. Last time I was in housemanship, when I was in ortho, I remember seeing my friends in the other ward. All of them were just outside the ward, and I asked them, what happened? It's like all of them got kicked out of the ward by the specialist. So I don't know whether it happens here, but it was very rampant in Serdang. Everyone gets kicked out of the ward, asked to go home, just get out of my face. I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying that it does happen. What can help is that remove all this pressure. I must be a specialist. I must be this, must be that. But just coming and saying, okay, I'm here to just gain experience, and I'm sharpening my axe at the same time. Because if you come and you say you're just here to gain experience, you actually take away a lot of pressure. Because good or bad, you can use that later on in life, right? So that is lesson number 4. Lesson number 5, build your network. Anyone here know what that means? Nobody? People only hire people they know. Have you heard this before? The who you know will get you in the door faster than the what you know. This game, I didn't like it at the beginning because I thought, hey, I should be, it should be on merit where you are opening the door for me because I'm good at something. But the fact of the matter is, this is the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game, but you should know the rules of the game. The rule of the game is that people will hire only people they know. So what happened? We have a lot of doctors that we've helped along the way. They always say that I cannot get a job, I cannot get an interview. And when we started organizing all these get-togethers with the doctors and people in the industry, we get this feedback that, hey, I managed to get an interview, I managed to get a job. You know why? They connected with all these key industry players during this event. Because of that, they manage to land themselves interviews and jobs. So this is very important. I know right now you're thinking, I just want to get through housemanship, get through entrepreneurship, maybe become a specialist, so I don't care about anything else. But let me also remind you, contract system, I'm not sure what the criteria is for you guys to get permanent position. Probably you guys know better than I do, but there will be a time you may need to use this. So I will encourage all of you to start building your network, and you can build it at Disruptive Doctors. So we actually had an exclusive Disruptive Doctors only events where we had all our members in our community. We connected them with all our HDCC speakers, people from industry, CEO of private hospitals, CEO of pharma companies, medical directors of pharma companies, medical directors of insurance companies, health tech companies. So these are the people you actually want to feel connected with, because you'll never know down the road what you'll be doing. Some of you may have ideas, how can I improve healthcare, right? So you want to be connected to all those guys. Now, are you guys thinking this? Oh, nobody? Yes? No? Okay, so this is a burning question that I always hear from housemen. Should I do housemanship? I think most of them are very scared to ask anybody, and they always ask us. My answer is, it really depends. If you are certain you don't want anything to do with healthcare, you want to go and be a baker, you want to open a shop, you want to go into training, all that, quit, because this is of no use for you. But if you want a career in healthcare, healthcare is huge here, pharma, insurance, all of this, you should complete your housemanship. Simply because, one, I will trust you to give me solution because you've gone through the system. So you know what works in the system and what doesn't. What is broken in the system and how to know the solutions for it. So what I encourage all of you to do is sharpen your axe, build your network. So for those of you who are interested, really interested in building your network, sharpening your axe, I invite you to take out your phone, scan this QR code. We're keeping this legacy program only for today, after which it's no longer available. This is for the highest tier premium membership. So again, I would say, please remember this. I know some of you, maybe all of you wanted to be a specialist, but not all of you can get on that, continue that path. And so in this 4 years, you should make the most out of it. Sharpen your axe, build your network, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or our social media handle. And thank you. Again, I'm Selina, Disruptive Doctors.